Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say, Halayim Yehovah, B'Shem Shalom, B'Shem HaKadosh. And double honor to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, GMS, who do rule and teach well. Young brother out here, once again, putting in this work for the truth, putting in the work for the Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Yahweh Yahushai. The one have the spirit to push on, this day, And no, I'm not bald, in case you got people wondering, oh, is he bald? No, it's just very low cut. It'll go back in within a week or two next Monday. Cut it down. I think my hair was getting a little too long, so I was alright. Cut it down a little bit. See how we look with low cut hair. So let it grow in. It'll come back within like a month. I have very fast growing hair. And plus, you have low hair, you get the camp quicker. But I didn't say double on sales in the process. You're going to do teach well. I think I said that already. Never be too sure. Alright, so we're going to get into the scriptures and go into all of it here. Where's my little notes? Because I wrote down like 20 something different precepts I was going to get into today. Literally 20 something precepts. I am going to use them, so I'm sticking through them right in here. Worst case scenario, I'll just look it up. I don't want to keep you brothers out there waiting too long. So let's see when you fumble through. I don't be using the scriptures enough, so I'll be bit of this here. A lot of past it. Let's move this up. Let's start off the top. Let's start. Second Corinthians, start off at chapter 4, verse 3. See if we can once again get in between these little pages. Alright, 2 Corinthians chapter 4. We received mercy, we faith not, dishonesty. book of 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 1. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not. I have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, right? And you see here, or shame, not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of God, handling the word of God deceitfully, but manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of our Most High. That's what we do. And we break out the scriptures, and we don't use any sort of deceit. You know, it says, you know, scriptures of no private interpretation. You know, so, and also, you know, make the scriptures plain up on tables, so we may run and read it. When we come out here, we break it down for y'all. Then you go out there and run and break it down to the next guy. You know, and then the next guy, and the next guy, and the next guy. And that's how the ministry was able to grow. And that's all the stuff already happened. You know, our elders and apostles, they did the legwork. They were here long before us, and they did the legwork. You know, they're coming out and everything. They were coming out, you know, before there was even YouTube. Scarf doesn't like it. Elf is getting cold. They were coming out long before there was even YouTube. You know, 90s, 2000s. Some elders, elders and apostles go back to the 90s. So let's go. These precepts. No private interpretation. Let's see if my spelling's good today. Let's see if the spelling is on point today. Well, that's loading. We can go ahead and grab the other one I was thinking of. So we can go to, we can actually go back to that one. Right, let's see if we can get this thing to load up for us. Okay, perfect. This is the book of, oh shit, it's actually not even coming up. That's crazy. Okay. Alright, this is the book of 2 Corinthians, the 4 verse 2. But I renounce the hidden things of dishonesty, not walking in craftiness, no handling the word of God deceitfully, right? You have to become that new man. You can't be out there in the same old spirit that you were in the world. You have to come in and be reborn. Right? But by manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience and the sight of the Most High. We tell the truth before God, and all who are honest know this. Exactly, that's your conscience, your inner mind, your inner thoughts. You know? Verse 3, if our gospel is hid to them that are lost. Exactly. Okay, see here, this is, okay, it was loading up. Okay, so this is 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 1 to 20. So you go ahead and get that. Because I want to get it, the new letter translation as well. This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 1, verse godliness, so on and so forth. And abound, they make you that you shall neither be barren or fruitful in the knowledge of our Lord, you know, Christ. You know, we should always bring out. You know, you got to have, you know, brotherly love, compassion. You know, that's just the foundation. You know, remember, you know, Messiah broke it down to us a long time ago. You know that all the laws, prophecies go into basically every man treat his brother as he would treat himself. You know, you wouldn't hurt yourself, right? So you gotta treat the brothers with the same amount of kindness. You gotta show kindness to your brotherhood. so on and so forth, right? And there's other scriptures like in, Sirach goes into alms giving. When you give your alms, don't pull your hand back, but fully give out your alms. So when you go out there and you say you want to send a donation to the camp, you fully give your donation. You don't give your donation in the back of your mind. You're like, man, I could have used that $10. I could have, I could have got myself a sandwich or something. When you give that donation at home, you give it out, fully, and that's how you participate in the ministry. Because not all of us are gonna be like, able to go to the camp physically, whatever. So you gotta, give out the alms, right? So, verse 9, but he that lacketh these things is blind and cannot see afar off, and hath forgotten that he was purged from his old sins. Exactly. And that's what it is, right? We can read that again. 2 Peter 1 and 8, verse 9. But he that lacketh these things, right, brotherly kindness, these foundations that have within ourselves, worship Yahweh by Shem Shai, right, godliness, living a godly life, puts the best of our abilities. We're not perfect on this side. But he who forget these things is blind and cannot see far off, and have forgotten that he was purged from his old sins. Exactly, he's blind. You can't see it. He doesn't have the vision. Like the scripture says in Proverbs 29:18, where there is no vision, the people perish. Why is this doing this right now? It's like locked inside of you. So blind is typhlos, blind, mentally blind physically and mentally blind, right? So that's what you people are, man. You guys that are in the camps and you fall out, you guys are mentally blind. You can't see the future. You can't see what it is that you're giving up. You think that the world is better than the hell that we go through in this truth. You think that being in the world is somehow you're going to be better off, but you're not. Actually, it says you're going to be worse off. You're going to have sevenfold more demons on you. And I've heard stories of guys that fall off this truth, and then they push in empty baby strollers. I know there was one guy who committed adultery. I think he was in the Odysee camp. I think they say that he fell off of a building or something and ended up paralyzed when he was down. And also, judgment be coming down out here, man. Judgment be coming down. So that's a punishment for your disobedience. Let's see if we can find this.
I'm usually fine, but
I can't type anything. It's for some reason. It won't let me type. That is very strange. Bring out the scripture that disobedience is as a sin of witchcraft, but it's not working for some weird reason. It's very strange. Alright, well, I'm going to shut this off and turn it back on. We'll see what happens, because normally it's more responsive. But the next one we're going to get is going to be Romans 11 and 7. We'll work our way from there. I got like a fair amount of precepts. I wanted to make sure that I was prepared. There was still some things going on in the news, but I decided, alright, today we're just gonna switch it up and go into just scriptures, just break down scriptures and things like that. Let's see if they come with the should come with a table of contents. Let's see, it should come with a table of contents here. Actually, it probably doesn't because it's so old. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. Wait. Yeah, it's right after Acts. I can't believe I couldn't find it. Okay. I didn't want to just go straight to like my iPad without trying to look for it first. I like to try to search for it first. So it's Romans. Alright, perfect. This is the book of Romans, chapter 11. Let's see here, 11. Yeah, we'll start at the top. This is the book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 1. Say then, hath God cast away his people? God forbid. I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham of the tribe of Benjamin. Right? So he was a so-called Jamaican today, but obviously there was no Jamaica back then. Oh, I mean technically there was, but the Northern Kingdom was already in there, but he wasn't in there yet. But the Jamaicans, they come from their own parts of Africa. Whatever jigs they pulled out of Africa and brought them over there to that landmass, those are the Jamaicans. And even to this day, they started breaking out of the plantations. They formed their own maroon groups. And they're still around to this day. They hide out in the mountains, and they still I believe they actually still do keep like Judaism and things like that. Go into it. Right, verse 2, God hath not cast away his people which he foreknew, or which he not. The scripture saith for Elijah, had make an intercession to the Most High against Israel, saying, right, because he sought out Elijah's life. Lord, they have killed thy prophets, and dig down their altars, and left alone they seek my life. Right? But what saith the God answer of God unto him? I have reserved, right, for myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Right? 7,000 is just a number of completion, so it's a complete number of elect chosen men who have not bowed their knee to Baal, or Satan, or the God of this world. Bowed their knee to Esau, which Esau works through Satan. It's just his physical counterpart on the planet Earth. They got 7,000 men that haven't bowed their knee. They aren't gonna, sit here and join up in the system. Aren't gonna, go ahead and take the MOTB. You got 7,000 men that aren't gonna do that. Right? I mean, many more people aren't gonna take the MOTB, but it's more than just not taking, some dumbass microchip. It's more about believing in this truth, believing who you are, knowing that you're an Israelite, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, which will make you become an outcast to society. Will instantly make you an outcast and an enemy to the status quo, to everyone essentially. Everyone will be an enemy when you do that. And that's just what it's going to be. You can't be afraid or whatever. Fuck these people anyway. They're all weak as fuck. We can all barely. They spend all their time in the world doing X, Y, Z, this carnal shit, and they all suck at it. They go to the gym, they suck. They go to do sports, they suck at that too. Whatever these people do, they fucking suck. So these people are really just a waste of fucking space. I agree with the elites in certain things. People are fucking wasted fucking space. They don't do anything right. We'll say the answer of the Most High to him, right? I reserve to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Even so them at this present time, also there is a remnant according to election of grace, according to election of mercy. Right? There's an election according to that. Brothers that aren't gonna falter, and things like that. you know, and having that mercy and that grace be upon us. You know, where we, have that grace period where, if you go off, the Lord will have mercy on you. And of course, we try our best not to go off, right? Because Sirach tells all about that sin is a double-edged sword, and it will destroy you, essentially. It's a grievous thing. Sin is a very grievous thing, right? And if by grace, then there's no more works. Otherwise, grace is no more grace. And if it be a works, there's no more grace. Otherwise, work is no more work. Right? And Apostle Paul made it very clear, that he wasn't saying, just go ahead and break the law. We go into this, a million times. This is the book of Romans 3 and 31. Do we then make the law void? We do make void the law through faith? God forbid. Yeah, we establish the law, right? We complete the law. Right? By believing more in faith and worship, we complete the law. And on the matters of worship, this will be the first month because the new moon came in already. So, you got to keep the Passover in about 2 weeks. So, if I were you, I'd start getting my meat, the lamb and stuff, pretty early. I prefer to get it like a few days ahead of time. You don't want to wait too long before the Passover to get your stuff. You get your bitter herbs, Worcestershire. I'm going to say keys Worcestershire. But some of these other stuff. You get some matzahs. You go to Boigman's. You can get matzahs. You get like a big box of matzahs. I think they're like $5 or $10. You get a lamb. The lamb is probably, at least where I get it from, it could be like $6 or $7. So that's a calm $13, $20. And you just go get that. You should already have your candles, the Hanukkah candles, in your menorah, 7-tip menorah, ideally. And then, that's it. Just want to remind you brothers out there, right? This is the book of Romans 11 and 7. What then? Israel have not attained that which he seeketh for. The election have attained it, and the rest remind you that it was Israel's right? They seek the kingdom. The kingdom is within us. The kingdom is so all his brothers working together, supporting one another, encouraging one another. How do we do that? Because the days of where you would get on the boat, like in Apostle Paul's day, where you get on a boat and you would, go out to a whole different area. We don't have to do that no more. I don't have to, go out. It's a completely different world, right? With that too. But with Apostle Paul, him being a tent maker, I'm pretty sure he could probably set up shop just about anywhere, and just move his business around. It was a whole different time. We're talking about the ancient world. Nowadays, you got jobs you can move around and stuff like that, but it's not really the same. People aren't really expecting you to really be moving around like that, So nowadays we bring out the truth and we exhort each other, we show this brotherly love and kindness through the internet, We come out here week in, week out, going into these videos, going to these topics. And it helps brothers, man, because going through certain things, you may not even know it. The words you be saying, you may not really be for you, but it could help another brother. And they can get something great out of it, and you're just kind of thinking, oh, well, I just want to kind of go into it, and kind of driven by the Spirit. You may not know exactly why you're going into it, driven by the Spirit. And it'll help another brother, So that's what it's all about. So it's the book of Isaiah, chapter 6 and 10. Isaiah 6 and 9. He said, go and tell this people, that the angel, we go into his whole vision Isaiah is having. He said, go and tell this people, hear ye deep, but understand not, see ye deep, and perceive not. receive none. All right, because you can see us out here on the street corners. You can hear us and hear our words, but it's like bad music to you. Like remember the Messiah told us. It's like it's like let's see if I can find it. Children sitting in the marketplace. And some heard the music and were kind of getting down with it, and other people were listening to it, and it's like bad noise. Charged, ready to go. Spent fucking $3 on that damn bottle of water. But I want to make sure I get a lot because what do you call it? I kind of rushed out the house this morning. Just wanted to dip out ASAP because these people be taking up all my time. This is the book of Luke. Chapter 7, because I don't got a whole lot of money, so I'll be just doing what I can. Shit, I think I might be in trouble. You tried to open the door of the building right behind me. You might go ahead and go get his boss. I might be in trouble. He might kick me out. But yeah, at least I got a good amount of time, so I'm not gonna trip if I get kicked out. It's not the end of the world. I guess I can always check out the other spot, see if that spot is all right. I don't know. Oh, and I don't get kicked out. This is a good spot. I searched long and hard for this one. Come out here early. It's barely any people, and it's very, very comfortable. So I like it. But if I lose it, I'm gonna have to find someplace else. So it's the book of Luke, chapter 7, verse 31. The Lord said, "Whereunto shall I liken this generation, liken the men of this generation, to what? How they like? They are like unto children sitting in the marketplace, calling one to another, and saying, We have piped unto you, ye have not danced. We have mourned to you, we have not wept." Right? That's what it is, and the scriptures go into, we sing a new song, right? Which is this truth, right? We pipe in this word, like with music, right? Don't have a dirty mind, right? Like with music, like bagpipes or whatever, like music, we're making music here, spiritual, spirit, and we're singing a spiritual song to you, and you guys don't get it, You just, look at us, you say, it's like it's bad music, even on a carnal level, different music sounds good to different people. Like if I played, some of the stuff I like to listen to, like Metallica, some of the others may say, that sounds like hot garbage. And then you play some J. Cole for me, and I was like, yeah, it's alright, and I'm like, yeah, I'd rather go back and listen to Megadeth or Metallica or something like that. That's my joint, So it's like that, but spiritual level is truth. We bring out the truth to you, and you guys look at us like we're crazy, right? Which I mean we are, but much impression makes a wise man mad. Right? So But we're not crazy, like, you know, bugging out like when I fucking I went to go to the bathroom in a, you know, nearby building, you know, kind of a communal building. I see this nigga, he's fucking saluting the air and fucking bugging the hell out, and I'm like, oh hell no. You know, that's how you know you got here early. When you got here early, you see fucking, you know, crazy ass people. You know, Jake's fucking bugging the hell out. Oh yeah, I already went into Isaiah 6 and 10. So, so we're gonna go into 2nd Ezra 5, 1 to 3, and 2nd Ezra 8. Check 2nd Ezra chapter 5. We know what 2nd Ezra is all about. While Ezra is still in Babylon, it's a series of conversations between him and the archangel Uriel, as people's breakdown is. Right, 2nd Ezra chapter 5, verse 1. Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the days come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. Hey, that's what happened to us, man. We were taken, you know, put into hardcore bondage, you know, and we were getting jacked up. The whole earth was without faith. You know, the whole earth was without faith, was bearing the faith, bearing the truth. Right? And it started with, you know, high priest, Abba Bivens, the high priest Abba Bivens. I believe that was the official title. And then, you know, that was the beginning of it. The beginning of us starting to come into who we are, knowing who we are, and doing, you know, the things we're supposed to be doing. Keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, starting to keep the holy days once again. Because for a time, these things were lost from us. You know, we didn't know who we were. You know? It was true, the iniquity shall be increased above which thou now seest, then, or that thou hast heard long ago. Right, and that's happened. You know, it's increased. This is, you know, speaking to Ezra. You know, iniquity in those days. You know, men and things like that had like a semblance of honor. Those were days when men had honor. Even among the heathen, there was a semblance of honor. But nowadays, you know, there's no honor anywhere. There's no honor in the government. There's no honor among men. There's no honor among females. There's no honor among anyone. Young children. There's no honor. You know, it's all just people fucking each other over. You know, and that's just what's going on. You know, evil has multiplied on the earth. It's only going to get worse when the famines come, when the martial law comes. Right, it's just going to get worse. People going to start eating each other, you know, killing each other. You know, and it's going to be beautiful. And I will be happy. You know, because, you know, that cop is not patient at all, man. That nigga has road rage. I was gonna say void rage, but you know, most of these cops are fucking fat as hell anyway. So I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen, maybe like on the internet, but I don't think I've ever seen like a buff cop like in person. Maybe like once or twice. You know, but they're most probably sheep. Verse 2: But iniquity shall be increased above that which thou now seest, or that thou hast heard long ago, and land that thou seest now to have root, shalt thou see wasted suddenly. As Scripture says, you know, when they say peace and safety, then come the sudden destruction, right? Because, you know, our Messiah is going to come like a thief in the night, at a time where, you know, no one's going to expect it, right? And we know that, you know, the Scriptures, the New Testament said those days is not going to catch us as a thief in the night, you know, because we don't sleep. We're not in that spirit of deep sleep. You know, we're not night cruel Israelites like the other camps. I'll say cramps. Like cramps. No, camps. Other camps. like your other camps out there. You guys in the spirit of that deep sleep. You guys, you just, into fucking having fun during the Passover, having fun. You guys probably have fun during the Sabbath. Like, I don't even know, man. Do you guys even keep the Sabbath? You guys saying sex in the Sabbath, that's one thing, but do you guys even, like, if you're gonna do that, are you like actually like being quiet and meditating and reflecting on yourself during the Sabbath? You guys out there just like playing fucking your PlayStation on the Sabbath? Because you do one thing, I'm gonna assume that you just do whatever, and that's not kosher, bro. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 8, verse 1. He answered me and said, the Most High hath made this world for many, but the world to come for few. Right? Because, right? I hath made this world for many, right? Which is us, right? The Lord made the world for our sakes. Which is, I think that's in 2nd Ezra 6. Towards the end, 6:56, if I'm correct. The Lord made the world for our sakes, and the heathen he likened to the spittle. He didn't make the world for the heathen. He made the heathen to be under us. That's literally their job and their whole position in life is to be under us. And they know that, and that's why, with, especially the tribe of Judah, you have this whole, I'm just gonna blurt it out. No one's around right now, so I'm just gonna blurt it out. The whole BBC worship cult, among Edomites, especially among Edomites. It happens among Japheth and Moab and shit like that. You see different videos, but they have like a worship cult for us, man. You know about the Q spades, and the whole movement, the Queen of Spades movement. That stuff is real, right? I'll tell you simply, Esdras, as when thou askest the truth, it shall say unto thee that it giveth much more whereof earthen vessels are made, the little dust that gold cometh. Even so is the course of this present world, right? So there's much mold, which are these people, these wicked Israelites, man. They're the mold, they're the undesirables. These wicked Israelites, these other nations, all these people, they're all the mold. But their gold us, we're willing, that number, the elect, they're that gold. Like gold is, tried in the fire, even so when you be tried. That fire is a purifying agent. Excuse me. It's meant to purify us, meant to make us pure, right? Purge us of our iniquities, because if we weren't getting judged on this side and you wouldn't have to go through things, how do we know to get better? If you would just keep letting me just do whatever, how would you know to get better? That goes for us all. We actually rebuke each other, right? Open rebuke is better than secret love. So, you see a brother going off, you gotta let him know. You don't just say, oh, to hell with him, whatever. All right, so this is verse 3. There be many created, but few saved, right? Because the rest were blinded, right? Like we just went to Romans 11:7. The rest of these people in this world, you jigs, you other nations, they're blind. You're mentally blind to the things that we go into. It's not meant for you. It's simple. It doesn't take a deep dive or deep breakdown to understand that. Certain things are locked away for certain people. So this is 2nd Ezra 7:13. We get to the scriptures here. This is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 7. Verse, we're going to get to the point because this is pretty long. Right, for the entrances of the elder world were wide and sure and brought immortal fruit. Right, because in the elder world, in times of old, in the days of Adam, Adama, you know, we were perfect. You know, the entrances to, you know, righteousness and, you know, immortality was sure. You know, we were all right. We were all in our right mind. You know, and then the fall of Adam, you know, was the end. That was the beginning of the end for our people. You know, we had the grain of evil seed sown within us. You know, like it says in 2 Ezra, the 4th chapter. You know, which, you know, more with these farming analogies. You know, the Most High, He loves the farming analogies. You know, He loves the planting analogies, right? And it makes sense too, because, you know, back then, you know, we had agricultural societies and things like that. You know, in our modern day, these things are kind of lost to us. You know, because you know, for the most part, we don't really, you know, do no farming stuff. Most brothers don't engage in it. You know, we just you know, go to the supermarket and buy it. You know, most of this probably come from cities. You know, so we can go into this thing. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 14. If then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that labor for them. Right? And that's what you people do. You guys aren't laboring because you're blind. So you're not gonna labor to enter the straight things. Right? What it means straight and vain, it means tough. You know, that's what it is, because to enter that straight narrow path, you know, I think it goes into like straight, like tight, narrow, oppressive. You know, I think we go into it as well. You know, it's a very, you know, very few things that you can do. There's only like one, you know, one path, one way to get into the kingdom. You gotta get right. You can't just be doing whatever the hell you want to do in the world. You know? So this book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, verse 15, therefore why despiseth thyself, see that thou art a corruptible man, while thou move, as thou art mortal, lest thou consider in thy mind this thing to come rather than that which is present. And I said, O Lord, therefore, thou ordained in thy law, the righteous shall perish these things, that the ungodly should perish. And that's what's going to happen. The ungodly are going to perish because they don't learn. These people are all blind. Right? Verse 17, they answered I and said, verse 18, nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things, and hope for why they that have done wickedly shall suffer the straight things, yet shall not see the why. Exactly. So they're going to suffer the torment, but they're not going to see the end of the tunnel, so to speak. The light at the end of the tunnel, they're not going to see the kingdom on this side. They'll die. You know, and of course, if you're a heathen of another nation, another bloodline, you'll just die on this side and you'll never see the kingdom. Well, I mean, you'll see the chains. But you only experience any benefit from it. You only experience the torment. See us, although about that number, we'll experience on the first round trip the benefit, and we'll experience the experience of going in there on the first round trip. So you get the benefits of getting to see the whole thing, the fullness of it, seeing it firsthand, right? Not having to die, reincarnate, and also, you know, being able to experience it and live in it. And then even on a fuller level, you know, the 144,000, you know, we get to sit on 12 thrones judging the 12 tribes, man. So we get to have a leadership role on top of having the benefit of being in the kingdom. Okay? So verse 19, let's see here, verse 20. Yeah, I'm also going to keep going to it. Verse 19 said unto me, there is no judge above God, and none that thou hast understanding above the highest. For there be many that perish in this life because they despise the law of God that is set before them. For God hath given straight commandments to such as came what they should do to live, even as they came what they should observe to avoid punishment. Nevertheless, they were not obedient to him, but spake against him and imagined vain things. And that's what you people done, man. You spoke against him and imagined vain things. We all did in our past life. You know, we got judged for it, but that remnant, it's us, we came back, and in this life we're not going to bow the knee to Baal. We're not going to, you know, chill out to this society. Be like, oh, hey, we just going to, you know what I mean, just do what Esau tell us to do. Take the microchip, engage in the internet of bodies. You know, because that's what it's all been leading to. That's what they want. They want to get inside your skull, man. You know, it started with the phone, right? And then they started with the wearables. You know, you wear an iPad watch or some shit, Apple Watch, right? And the next thing they want to do is just put the microchip into your brain, right? And then be able to make you hear shit and make you bug the hell out. And they're gonna succeed with it because people are gonna take it. You know, you already have putting it in the hands and the forehead, so it's only a matter of time. And the time is clicking, so then you can click it, right? Right, verse 22, nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him and imagined vain things, and deceive themselves by the wicked deed, and said the Most High that he is not, and do not his ways, right? You know, the scripture says the Lord shall send them a thick delusion. You know, so put upon his place a heavy delusion. Right? The people of the society are delusional. They think that this society is going to go on forever, that America and just the current functioning of the world is just going to continue forever. You know? But we're seeing very quickly that the earth itself is, you know, changing before our very eyes. Geopolitical shifts. You know, we're seeing famines. We're seeing wars. You know, it's only going to get worse from here. People thinking that 2025 is going to be their year. 2024 is going to be their year. It's going to be their year to end up in a casket. It's going to be. It's going to be a year to end up, you know, dead. That's what's going to happen to you people. You know, because you came out here, you people, you know, you jakes, you pulled the shoulder away. You know, you don't want to hear what we got to say or anything. You know, and that's what it was. So you gotta get judged. Right? Verse 25. Right? Verse 24. But his laws have they despised and denied his covenants. Right? And his statutes have not been faithful, have not performed the works. Right? The old covenant, right now we know it's through grace. And if for Esdras, for the empty are empty things, and for the full are full things. Exactly. So basically, you know, those who work and try to, you know, do their best out here, you know, worship, you know, that's what they're gonna get. For the full of full things, for the empty things. So pretty much you're gonna get rewarded according to your works. Right? So the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 7, verse 36, skipping on down. Abraham prayed first for Sodomites, not literally. He only prayed for Lot. That doesn't mean that he prayed that they would be saved. Why would, you know, someone the son of God, right, pray for heathen? Right? Heathens that were extremely wicked, no less. Why would you pray for them? You only wanted the area to be, you know, like, good, you know, for Lot, you know? You just wanted Lot to get out, you know, and then brings up Lot's wife. Scripture tells us remember Lot's wife because she turned back. And that was meant to be a metaphor and an allegory for us nowadays not to turn back into this world. Right? Turn back into our old ways. Right? So this book of 2nd Esdras to the 7 and 36. And so that Abraham prayed first for Sodomites and most for the fathers of sin in the wilderness, in the desert. And how shall I pray for Israel in the time of Achan, which is Joshua, and Samuel and David for the destruction, and Solomon for them that should come to the sanctuary, and Elijah for those that receive rain for the dead that he might live, right here at the time of famine, you know, to Ezekiel for the time of people, for people in the time of Sennacherib, and for many. Even so now, seeing corruption is going up, wickedness increased, then the righteous pray for the ungodly, wherefore it should not be so now also. Right? So Esdras is asking, hey, you know, if, you know, our patriarchs of old pray for the right, for the wicked of our people, and the people as a whole got saved, why can't this happen as well now? Right? So let's go see what's the answer. Right? Verse 42, answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory doth abide, therefore have they prayed for the weak. Right? So our people prayed for the weak. You know? They thought that We could pray for the people as a whole and that they'd all be saved. And the Lord have mercy on them for their sake. Right? But in this time now, there's no glory. There's no honor. There's nothing. This world, the people have gotten much worse. You know, like it says in Isaiah 3, you know, declare sin in Sodom, be hiding not. You know, and that's what our people do. They're just wide open with it. At least in times past, Judah, for the most part, kept a visage of religiousness, a visage of righteousness. Some Judahites still do. But even with Judah is out of his damn mind, man. You know, our people are all gone. You know, engaging in these colleges, doing whatever they want to do. You know, just do whatever. Alright, so this is the book of Isaiah. So we're going to be Isaiah chapter 10, verse 20. Right? Actually, we're going to stay here. 2 Corinthians 7, verse 40. Verse 43, the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of immortality for to come, the end of corruption is past. Exactly, and that's what that is. This day of doom is World War III, and that's going to be when the corruption is ended for our people. You get those new bodies, and that'll be the end of that. Right? Intemperance is at an end, infidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown up, truth is sprung up. That's what's going to happen, man. You know, when the kingdom is set up. Isaiah 2 goes into that. There shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor to oppress him that gotten the victory. Absolutely. You know, so that's what's going to be. You're not going to be able to oppress, you know, him that has been chosen to be saved. You're not going to be able to save him that's allotted to destruction, which is 2/3 of our people, allotted to be destroyed. So we can go into this Isaiah in the 10th chapter and go into all this stuff. Let's see here. This is Isaiah. Get into this real quick. This is Isaiah chapter 2. I think that's like 50. That's 30. We need to get to 10. And then I'm going to get ready to close it all out. Because I pretty much went into everything that I want to go into. This book of Isaiah chapter 10. Verse 20, it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel, such as escaped the house of Jacob, shall no more stay upon him that smote him. Right? Who's the him that smote him? Right? Esau, Edom. Right? We're not going to no longer stay upon him that smote us. The Lord, right? Hold on. Right? It's no more stay upon him that smote him, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel in truth. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power, right? Which is, you know, this is going to happen in the kingdom, the fullness of it. You know? On one level, you know, the remnant has returned. What's coming to this truth, right? They shall seek the accident. The way to Zion, Jeremiah 50. Well, there's going to be more returns. There's even going to be returns in the kingdom. You know, we're going to get our brothers and sisters from abroad that can survive World War III. We're going to bring them along to the kingdom to come join up with us. We want to be right. We want to be wicked. We're going to put them to death. That'll be the end of that, you know? Right? I was going to get Isaiah 30 and 10, but we skipped that one. Let's get into this. Touch on this. Get ready to exfil. I think I made my point. This is the book of Isaiah to the 29:9. Stay yourselves and wonder, cry you out. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. Right? That's our people right now. They're drunken with philosophies, drunken with the ways of this world, right? And they're blinded on the spiritual level, on the mental level. You know, like you can see with your eyes, but you can't see, you can't understand. You know, it's like I don't know, like it's like seeing gibberish, so to speak, or like seeing words of different language. Like you can see the words, but you can't understand it. So it's like lost to you. know, and that's what that is. You guys, what we speak is like a whole different language. You know, people all they know what to do is look at you and laugh. You know what I mean? Whatever. For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit deep sleep and closed your eyes. The prophets and the rulers, the seers, have he covered. Right? And seer is just the old word for prophet. That's what the prophets used to be called, seers. The vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. He saith, I cannot, for it is sealed. Right? And that's what happened to the book. The book was sealed to everyone. No one could understand the book. But then, through Abba Bivens, that was the beginning. Now, you know, to that, the elect were like sleepers. I don't really like to use that term, but we were like sleep. The Lord woke us up. I was going to say sleeper, like sleeper cell, but I don't like using that term. We have nothing to do with the military. Fuck the military. Alright, we were asleep. The Lord just woke us up. Got us in that mind state of, you know, into that spirit. You know, because these things were in us. You know, were in us. Right? You know, some of us may have been a law unto ourselves, but all we needed was for the Lord to just nudge us up, right? And how we be awakened, you know? This side, you know, awakened by going out there and teaching. Some of us were woken up by watching the elders and apostles. Some of us were woken up by watching various brothers. We happen to catch them. When something clicks, right? She had a word behind you, you know, saying, you know, this is the truth, walk ye in it, you know, and that's what happened unto us, right? Verse 11, verse 12, in the book is delivered to him that has not learned, read this, saying, read this, I pray thee, and he saith, I am not learned. The Lord said, for so much as people draw near to me with their mouth, with the lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear towards me is taught with the precept of the command, right? If Paul proceeded to do a marvelous work amongst his people, you know, a marvelous work and a wonder, for the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, the understanding of the prudent men shall be hidden. And that's what happened. The spirit was taken away from our people. And we know that it was given back. You know, when we go into, you know, Revelation, the 7th chapter, and things like that. But we're going to get ready to taper off here. I think I pretty much made my point. You know, I don't talk too much. You don't want to talk over much. Explain your point, and then close it all out. So it's the book of Matthew 13, 17. Matthew 13, and 17. Alright? The book of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 17. Verse 14. And none was fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah who said, by him you shall live, you shall not understand, seeing you shall see, and not perceive. Right? Isaiah 6 and 9. This people's heart is waxed gross, their ear are dull of hearing, and the eyes they have closed. I said anytime they should see with their eyes, hear with their ears, should understand, and should be converted, and I should heal them. Right? Is that also Isaiah 21? Isaiah 6 and 10? Yeah, it might be 6 and 10. Maybe something else. Right? The blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for you will hear. Right? The blessed for you is your spirit. Right? You have your mind to understand, right? Because you can hear, you can see. Right? But, you know, seeing isn't enough, and hearing isn't enough. You gotta understand and understand and perceive. You know? Like the mind, like the inner mind, your inner eyes, so to speak. Verse 17, for verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have had decided to see those things which you see, and have not seen them, and to those things which you hear, and have not heard them. Right? And that's what that is. Esdras wanted to hear these things. Right? And he wasn't able to. He was locked, you know, in the bounds of time. You know, he was only able to get the things that he was able to hear at his time, but he wasn't able to hear the things that would come in the future. You know? But now we're able to see everything. You know? The end times is very, very clear. You know, in times of old, it wasn't clear to the prophets. They tried to make similitudes of things that they could understand in their lifetime. They tried to communicate to the best they could. But they weren't able to see at the fullness of it. They didn't, you know, They didn't know like the events that were going to come to pass. Esau would hijack our identity, things like that. They didn't get all that. They got what they were given. Like Ezra broke all that down. Or the Archangel Uriel broke it down to Ezra. I'm gonna give you certain things, but certain things I'm not going to give you. Yeah? That's how the prophecies work. Let's see. Get this real quick. This book of second verse. Daniel to the 12th verse 1. At the time Michael shall stand up, the great prince shall stand up for the children of that people, and there should be a time of trouble, Jacob's trouble. This never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, at the time the people shall be delivered, everyone that should be found written in the book, right? And that shows that there is time of Jacob's trouble will go through deliverance. And many of them that sleep, thus the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. Right? It's gonna happen. The dead shall literally rise. Brothers that passed on are going to come back. Verse 3. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn married to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. Right? And that's going to be. You shine bright. Like they say, you shine bright through your actions, right? Like I remember the other brother, I don't know his official rank, but I know he's a brother been in the truth for a hot minute. Amnalaba, he brought this out a long time ago. I'm not sure if he remembers or not, but he went into how when it says we're the light of the world and things like that, it kind of reminds you of like in the school they said, oh, you're very bright child, which means that you're very that you shine with your works, that you're good at what you do, and things like that, That's honestly part of the reason why I chose the name Samson, because Samson just means like dazzling one, solar one, bright one, That name struck a chord with me, because Samson was very bright and dazzling with his strength. You see someone who's like really strong, someone's able to do an amazing thing, it's dazzling to you. It's like, whoa, this is awesome. Like when you see that Larry Wheels guy, But that's pretty much it. When they say, Alayim lo Yehovah, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Halakha Kodash, the ones, the elders, and the apostles, the great wisdom, genius, we rule and teach well. That's all, Shalom. To all the brothers.